So if you only have one light and that's all your trick is, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're gonna need. We're gonna do one softbox on one of these. So let's properly set the schematics on this. I kind of want this to be down a little bit and aimed up, almost to give like a hero shot type of look. Trying to see, it's almost like already kind of in a heroish position. It's like the camera's aimed upwards a little bit towards the chocolate. All right, so we got the first light. What we want to do always is we want to cut back on the ambient light. So my ISO was just at 1,000 because the last shoot I was at a wedding. So what we're gonna do is we're at f2 right now. We're gonna start somewhere around, let's say f5.6. I'm gonna turn off this flash real quick. I want to be able to make sure that there's no ambient light coming in whatsoever. All right, so let's take an image. All right, so as you can see, obviously there's still light coming in. So it's at f5.6, so we want it to be completely dark. So we're gonna close the aperture a little bit. Let's bring it down to like around f10. All right, so pretty much you can see a faint little bit. And honestly, I'm gonna bring this down to, I'm gonna keep this around like f11, f13, because I kind of want everything as much as possible to be in focus. So it's pretty dark now, you can't really see much. So there's a good starting point. All right, even though clearly there's a lot of light in the living room, when you close down the aperture, you close down the amount of light that comes into the camera. Right now, with it at f13, ISO at 100, shutter speed at 1/250. Now we're gonna turn the flasher. We're gonna try and adjust. And honestly, we're gonna have to shoot with the with the flash power definitely pretty low. Let's start at around like 1/32 just to see what we get. Okay, as you can see, the light is very faint, and that's at 1/32. All right, let's go down to 1/8. Okay, 1/8 is still pretty dark. 1/4. Well, let's change our ambient light because it's looking pretty. I see I had it at custom. I usually, when I'm shooting inside, I like to keep it on flash. All right, so we got 1/13 or f13, 1/4. I'm gonna open up the aperture a little bit, maybe around like f10. All right, so as you can see, we got some light on the left hand side. Now there's one of two things that we could do, right, to brighten this image up. One, I could bring this all the way down, or I could bring in another light. Got my hard light right here. Let's take another shot real quick. All right, so this one, that flash over there, that one is on A. So let's unpause this. All right, do a test. All right, so this is that power 1/64. All right, it actually did a pretty good job. Cool. This doesn't look that bad, but the thing is, with hard light, you can see a lot of the effect. Also, what I can do, instead of even having this hard light, what I could do is possibly put up another whiteboard, and I could use that to bounce light from this light over here, this key light, and then bounce the light back. We got this light right here. It's gonna cancel out this light that's right here. All right, so let's see what happens if we use that to bounce light back. Do we still get the same effect? Pretty much. Let me turn off A just to get a better reading. yeah, you pretty much get a decent. It went a little darker, so the thing is, what I'm gonna have to do is probably bring up the shutter speed by 1. I mean, open up the aperture a little bit more. Okay, we had one light. One of your best case scenarios would be doing this, and to be honest, I could up the power of this to 1/2 to increase the light output. All right, let's see what we do. Like I said, this one is on B. All right, so I brought the flash a little closer. Now, as you can see, it does a pretty good job at brightening up. When you use a softbox or like when you use like a white reflector to reflect light back out of like the key light, main light, backlight, whatever the thing is, I guess based off of how science works, it almost creates a equal light output from the softbox onto the reflector. So if you're shooting at 1/16, if the reflector is close enough, basically the white reflector, you're basically creating almost a double 1/16 power back onto the image. All right. If you were able to see the shadows of this, which when I change the shots around, you'll be able to see how having the cardboard box bounces light back onto the product and gives it a nice even coating of lighting. Like if you remove it, the shadow is going to be darker. All right, there's nothing to reflect light back, and so a lot of people use white card bounces and stuff like that, silver reflectors to bounce light back from a main light, because it will create a almost completely even amount of light back on the other side. So if you only have one light and that's all your trick is, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're gonna need.